What about kitchens? So let's talk about kitchens. Well, this was existing wallpaper that's kind of aqua and an existing countertop, and a lot of us deal with that, particularly maybe an existing granite countertop or something that you don't especially love. So how do you start creating a space and picking colors that support that? And so we were transitioning the house from this aqua color palette, and this is the room. We've been looking at several pieces of this, and we'll see later kind of a tour through the house, but it transitions from other spaces. But what do you think about it? It's really subtle, right? But what if there's a ton of people in the kitchen? What if they don't have 20 people to entertain at a time, but maybe 10, and this is not a very big kitchen. So if this is full of conversation and noise and hustle and bustle, isn't it sort of nice to have a calming atmosphere underneath that? Because a lot of us have really energetic, strong colors in the kitchen, and then all the people get in there too, and it feels hot and overwhelming. And I know when I'm the cook, I'm like, you all need to go in the other room and sit down while I make the meal, but that's not what they ever want to do, right? They want to be right there in the hustle and bustle with you. So I love the idea of using a cool palette that really tones the noise down a little bit and the visual clutter. Any comments on that?
I agree. I think I like galley kitchens more and more because they're narrow and not too many people can get in them.
Right.
So when you're having a party, they're kind of forced to get away from it because not only the color, but all the surfaces are hard in kitchens, and that just elevates the sound.
Echoes everything, and yes.
And you lose the peace.
And I find more and more that in the kitchen people want, like this one that you all love and have mentioned, and it's everybody's favorite, they really want that serene idea in the kitchen, which is interesting to me because you used to think about it as like the most energetic place in the house, and you'd think yellow, which I also love a yellow kitchen, but more and more people are saying, I want serenity, I want color-free, I need to calm down the noise in my life, and I'm always in the kitchen, so how do we bring that beachy sort of feel and that, that relaxing concept to the space? Here's the way it looks on the other side, which we've seen. But to not get so relaxing where everybody's falling asleep in their plate at dinner, what we've done is bring in the warm wood tones on the refrigerator, the warm tans on the chairs. And again, I've used vinyl, so from a practical standpoint, with children, if they're doing homework or crafts or eating, you can really wipe it off. So it's a great function piece, but also warm. And then a lot of natural sunlight coming in. But I find more and more people are asking for this. Do you all feel like you would want that in your own lives? Does that feel good, or does it feel a little too relaxing for making you want to go in the kitchen and cook?
Yeah, for me, it is too relaxed because, like I said, going in the kitchen for me is a chore. It's not something I actually enjoy doing.
Right, so you need high energy in there. So what color do you think you would select for a kitchen if you were working on a kitchen, your dream kitchen?
I probably would do a blue, but I'd do a different shade of blue.
So something brighter?
Yeah.
Even a classic, one of my best friends who's a designer in North Carolina has a classic blue and white kitchen, which I just love. But it's not stodgy like you can imagine a lot of the traditional blue and white. It does have collections of antique dishes, but it looks really fresh. And she always uses pops of yellow in her flowers. And so it's really cheery. And one of the things I love in a kitchen too is having the sink, a window over the sink. So when I'm at the sink, I can look outside and see the sunshine and see nature. And the idea of bringing that sunlight and nature in a kitchen looks great too. Yes.
We have a great suggestion online for the chef that doesn't want a chef. But first, I wanted to give you some feedback on a lot of people are saying this feels like the vacation, the home by the ocean.
Which is what the client specifically asked for.
They're not stark whites, have a lot of warmth that looks like you're looking forward to vacation. I was going to suggest you just slam a disco ball in the middle of the kitchen, but Pure Design Interiors has a way better idea. She said, I've just designed a monochromatic kitchen with a Ferrari red oven. So maybe you just have one fixture that's the key to your cooking that is rock and roll red.
And there are a lot of appliance companies now that make your oven in any color, orange, turquoise, red, green, and I think that's a fantastic idea. And again, a fun, strategic way to use something that's exciting. Yes, did you have a...
I was going to mention, and I was trying to study feng shui and failed miserably. But they always mention how like the kitchen inherently is warm because of the oven there. So
so this is a great way to cool it down too, right? The
and then you can
that.
also like your appliances, not the appliance itself, but like maybe the kettle on top of the oven could be red or something like that.
Yeah, so even in the tiniest details. So like yesterday when Kenna was noticing just the flowers being yellow in that blue and orange space, like just a red tea kettle on the stove could literally make you feel like a space had a pop of energy.